Mrs. Grayson.
Hello, dear. Nice to hear you singing.
I'm on my way to my singing lesson with Mrs. Lewis.
Oh, you take singing lessons?
Yes, and I'm learning a lot.
I've often wondered what kind of voice I might have had if I'd had the chance to take singing lessons.
You still could take lessons.
Oh, no, too late for me.
Mrs. Lewis says it's never too late. I promise you.
Oh, promises. It certainly never was that way when I was growing up. The opportunities young people get these days.
Mrs. Lewis would teach you if you asked her. She has some pupils in their 80s.
When I was growing up, my parents didn't have enough money to send me to singing lessons. They never understood how much it would have meant to me.
Oh, I've got to go now, or I'll be late to help Mrs. Lewis in her garden.
In her garden? I thought you were taking singing lessons.
I am. I help her in her garden. She helps me in singing. Bye.
Gee, some people get all the breaks. No one ever offered to help me.
Excuse me, Mrs. Grayson. Help you with what?
Oh, hi, Marion. I say, young people have all the breaks these days, don't they?
You think so?
Of course. That young snip, Nellie Wilson, was just here. She's taking singing lessons from Mrs. Lewis.
She is? How can she afford it? Her parents don't have much, you know.
Well, she helps Mrs. Lewis in her garden or some fool thing, and Mrs. Lewis gives her singing lessons in exchange. Ever heard of anything so dumb?
That's wonderful for Nellie.
Sure, for Nellie. No one ever gave me a chance like that.
I didn't know you were interested in singing.
I sing, but not like I could have if I had lessons.
Well, Mrs. Grayson, I'm organizing the talent for the Blossom Tea on May 6th. How about you singing?
Oh, I can't.
Oh, sure you can. I'll give you some time to think about it.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
One or two songs will be fine. See you then.
I'm terrified of audiences.
Mrs. Grayson was one of those people who loved her problems. That might sound funny, but she would rather talk about her problems than try to do something about them. People like that shouldn't say they can't help themselves. They should say they won't.
How am I going to stand up and sing in front of an audience of people?
Are you singing at the Blossom Tea, Mrs. Grayson?
Who told you that?
Oh, Mary Ann. She says you love singing, but you never get the chance to. I just passed her.
I couldn't sing in front of all those people.
But I thought you wanted to.
I'm not like some of those extrovert, outgoing types. It's hard for me.
Well, it's hard for me too, Mrs. Grayson, but I have to make myself.
Still, you don't understand what it's like when you're as shy as I am. I just don't think I could do it.
Is it that you can't or you won't?
Are you trying to be smart with me, Marie Rutherford?
No, but if you say that you have a problem that you can't do anything about, sometimes it's not that you can't, it's that you won't.
Thanks for the advice, but you don't understand. I grew up in a poor family and never got chances like Nellie Wilson.
What's she got to do with it? She's a little girl from a poor family.
She's taking voice lessons. I never got to.
Do it now. You're not too old.
I can't.
No, Mrs. Grayson, you won't. And there's a big difference. I bet you won't even sing at the tea either.
I'm not an extrovert. I'm terrified of audiences.
You love audiences. Otherwise, why does everyone you meet know about your problems? You love to tell everyone about your problems instead of doing something about them. Good day.
Good day? What's so good about it?
Well, you'll never know until you stop thinking about yourself. I promise.
Huh, more promises.
But Mrs. Grayson had a problem of feeling sorry for herself. She felt somehow she'd been gypped in life of opportunities, but instead of doing what she could to improve herself, she chose to complain about it and let others know how life had hurt her and passed her by.
And you know I'm not that extrovert, outgoing type, Thelma.
Yes, neither am I. I really have to make myself do things in front of an audience.
So I've been asked to sing at the Blossom Tea.
Wonderful! You've always wanted to use your voice.
I don't think I can do it.
Oh, maybe you just need some persuading.
Well, maybe if I was asked real nice.
Here comes Marion now. Who's that with her?
That's Nellie Wilson. The little snip is taking voice lessons.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hi, I just thought I'd ask you again about the Blossom Tea.
Well, you know I'm just terrified of audiences. But...
Then don't feel pressured. I've already asked Nellie. She has a wonderful voice.
Nellie?
Yes, I heard a little songbird coming from Mrs. Lewis's house. I'm afraid to sing in front of an audience too, Mrs. Grayson, but I'll do my best.
A little show-off.
Mrs. Grayson, what's wrong?
Children these days are so bold. Wouldn't you agree?
What you mean?
I just mean they're so much more fortunate than in my day. And they get so much more opportunities than I ever did.
You can't blame Nellie for trying. Well, good day.
What's so good about it?
See you, Mrs. Grayson.
And where are you going, Thelma? Just when I need someone to listen to me.
I don't feel like being your audience, and I wish you'd sort out your problems. It's about time.
I can't.
No, you won't.
Do you have problems? Problems that never change? Is it because you can't do anything about it, or because you won't?